heart of Las Vegas. This platform's Go Live Vegas Studios. You can see on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, and I don't know, there's like 5 others. Anyway, this show is called Full Tilt Vegas. Episode, was it 58? Really? You better check that. Anyway, oh, we got a new camera. Wow, I could really see my shirt. Wide lens and all that. Anyway, okay. Yeah, it's nice. Look at the studio. You can even see Aaron. Don't pick your nose. Okay, yeah. It's in the book Winning Ways, Avi and Eric. You can pick up this book on Amazon, Google. You can Kindle it. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. There's a few other places you can get it, but they're a little more expensive. A lot of people just get it on Amazon. But you can, I'd say download it so you have it on your phone, so you take it everywhere you go. It'll be on your phone. It'll teach you blackjack and roulette and craps, all the percentages and ratios, how to cut the percentages down and the odds down from the casino just by learning these things in this book. I'm going to talk about, right now I'm going to do the dice, and then I'm going to do roulette. I'm going to do percentages. The reason why I thought about doing this is because, well, I was supposed to do the percentage on dice last week because I'm going to go into more detail and why, when you're playing craps, why 7 comes up a lot. Now, there's people that argue there are 6 ways it comes up after a point. You have like 6 throws. I don't believe in that because I did scenarios on it. I don't care if it's mathematical in the long run because, first of all, a lot of people don't even stay at the table. Some people only stay at the table 20 minutes or a half hour, so the long run just got shut out. But I did scenarios on it myself, and I stood there for, God, it must have been off and on probably for at least 6 months because I was doing other things. But I always come back to the dice and just because I wanted to know myself. But yes, mathematically, yes, that's what they say, 6. But I've heard people, some guys, reputable people in this industry say 4 times. Well, I say 3.5, 3.5, 4. But I've done scenario after scenarios, and then people still come back with the mathematical why 7 comes up, 6 rolls, supposedly 6 rolls. There's 6 added up. There's 36 combinations instead of dice. That's one of the combinations is there's 6 7s that come up. There's 6. So I don't know if they're getting it from that or I don't know what they're doing. But the argument I make is, look how many, go down, if you're ever in Las Vegas, the one who really has it, shows how many long people have thrown. Go look at the wall. What was it called? The Hall of the Golden Arm wall. Go look at that wall. There's people that got from an hour all the way up to, I think it's 3 hours and a half. Where's the 6 rolls? You know, where's those 6 rolls? I know these things happen here and there, but the wall has got like over 300 plaques. And people throwing an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, 2:45, 3 hours, 3.5 hours with the same dice. And but I just done it myself. I just say it's 3.5. Some people said it's 4. I don't know why they say 6. I don't believe it's 6 to me because I've been playing craps for 30 years, even though I look 29. I think I was in diapers the first time I threw dice. So anyway, get off that phone, Aaron. Oh, he's sharing my feed. So anyway, yes. No, I'm seeing him there going, wah, wah. You know, he's scrolling. I wonder what he's really looking at. So anyway, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you. I've done this before, but I didn't go into full detail. But I do this on a lot of my shows on craps, and I show you the dice. Why 7 comes up a lot or the most is because there are 36 combinations in a set of dice. 6 of those combinations of the 7 come up. So, and then it goes down. You got 6 and 8, 5 and 9, 4 and 8, 4 and 10, and 3 and 11, and aces and 12. So it starts from 7. The percentage, the highest percentage is 16.67%, and it goes all the way down to 2.78. Okay, I know I showed you guys this before, but what I want to do is I want to show the people who have never seen this before on a set of dice. Now you see the ace, right? Are you gonna put it there? Let me do it up here so you can see it. Okay, you can see this is called an ace. This is not a 1. So once you become a professional dealer in a casino, you're supposed to call it you don't call it snake eyes or midnight. When you see the 12, you don't call it midnight. They're called 12, and the proper name should be, because there's no discrepancy when somebody says, should I bet the field? Gypsy G, what's up, baby? You home? I heard you got stuck in Florida. Say hi to DeSantis for me. Hey, you want to play the field? It's 20 ways to lose and 16 ways to win. That's the ratio, and that never changes. The percentage on that is, let me see, 44.45% to win and 55.56% to lose. So the percentage is higher to lose. But people understand on my show I teach ratios, because I teach also in the game. When I do games, I teach the ratios. What is it? Stuck? Still stuck? She's still stuck there. So, well, let me see, Florida. You got to swim out to international waters and jump on one of those boats. They got gambling on there. Keno. Anyway, hey, Gypsy was walking on the beach and she ran across this door. I guess I got floated on the shore, and I write stories, and man, sometimes I get a story like that. I said, wow, I can make a short on that. She's walking up on the beach, she's looking around, nobody's around. She grabs the door knob, pulls it open, and there's stairs on the beach. You go down there, go see what's down there, and it's a whole new world. And you get lost and you try to get back. It just popped in my mind. That'd be either spooky or it could be a fantasy land. It just ran through my head, all this shit I could have done with this. Anyway, Gypsy, thanks for checking in. She's stuck probably in the airport, all mad. She does. Gold, you found gold? I told you I want half. Yeah, what is the gold? I don't even know what it is right now. So anyway, so you get the aces. You get the aces, and anytime of the dice, if dice setters is in my book, I went over there and you can see those episodes on dice setting. That does work, but you got to practice it. But you see the ace. Now I can either turn anyone around. It'll say 7 and 7. So the way I teach dice setting, you got the aces to the left. So both of them go to the left. The aces go to the left. And then you see the 7. 7, 7, 7. You open it up, and it's a 7. You go ace and 6, it's a 7. It comes up the most. So the dice are set up for 7 to come up, no matter what. That's why 7 comes up the most. Not only because there's 6 ways for it to come up in a 36 combination, but it's set. The dice are set up to come up 7. That's why it comes up a lot. So I did this I talked to mathematicians, and they come up with this crazy equation. I thought it was interesting, but I showed them a bunch of stuff, which I'm not going to do because you can catch on my other show, the other shows I did on dice. I told them, I told them, you see the ace. It doesn't matter. I can use a 3. I can use a 4. It doesn't matter. I can use ace deuce? No, a deuce. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I do. What number? Pick a number, Aaron. He's our technical director. What number? 4? Okay, I'm going to use 4. Okay, you see the 4? Okay, that's 4. So you know what? I asked the mathematician, how many sides on this die? Now, this is dice. This is a die. How many sides on this die? And he looked at it because we went through some other scenarios with 2 of them. And then he goes, 6. I go, what is the ratio? on one die on 6 sides, what is the ratio of 7 coming up? He goes, 6. I go, you're right. There are 6 sides. There's only one 4. I'm using a 4. No, 3. I mean 3. Same thing. How many sides? 6 sides. How many 3s are on 6 sides? Only 1. So the ratio is 1 of 6. So I said, so when you throw one die and it lands on the table and you see the 4 and it's spinning or hitting there, you know the ratio is 1 in 6, and you're going to 7 out. So if this pops up, it becomes a 7. It doesn't matter. I can flip this 5 around, and the same thing. There's 6 sides. There's only 1 deuce. So that's the ratio, 1 in 6. So I went over the ratios on the dice, and he said everything I said was correct until the end using 2 dice. So there's 6 sides, and there's 6 sides. That's 12 sides total. There ain't 13 sides. There's not 36 sides. There are 6 and 6 is 12. So the ratio of 12 or hard 4 or hard 4 or hard 6 coming up, there's only 1. Yes, you're using 2 dice, but the ratio is 12. Because this is only 1 out of 6, and this is 1 out of 6. And so you put them together, because the game is played with dice, not cards. Well, they do have card craps, but it's different. I go into that too. And it's also in my book, Cards versus Craps, in my book. And the ratio is 6 sides. This comes up 1 time. 1 time out of 12 sides. So the ratio is 1 of 6. 1 of 12. 1 of 12 sides. So that, to me, that's a ratio. He says he agreed everything I said until I got to the 2 dice. And he goes, no. He gave me an equation. It was pretty interesting. I go, okay, you're saying there's 6 sides and 6 sides. There's 12 sides. There's only 1 6 and 1 6. You put them together. There's 2 6s, which makes it 12, which is somebody's throwing a 12, which is 2.78%. That only comes at 1 time of 12. So to me, that's the ratio, because if this came up and this is spinning, you got 1 out of 6, but now you're using 2 die, another die. So now it's 1 out of 6, but this is already landed. So now it's 1 out of 12. You're going to hit that. And the same thing goes for the hard 10. There's only one way to hit this. There's only one way to hit that. So anyway, I threw that in there because I thought that was real interesting, because I was talking to 2 mathematicians. One agreed, the other one didn't. But, I mean, hey, when you're playing dice, I mean, if you see 1 5, if a deuce comes up, the ratio is 1 of 6, that deuce coming up. So you 7 out, or 7 a winner. Okay, on the come out. So, okay, so what I'm going to do, yeah, I was saving roulette for last. Okay. Okay, so the 7 is 16.67%. That's the highest percentage you can get in a set of dice, is 16.67. The next 2 numbers on craps, pull, I can't read the bottom. What's an error? That's the highest percentage you can get on a set of dice. The next number is 6 and 8. The ratio is the same. The percentage is the same. They're exactly the same. A lot of people play craps. They always play 6 and 8. A lot of people play the don't come. They don't play like if they put it on the DC and they go no action, because they know that number comes up a lot. If they put it on, even if they lay 6 and 8. More likely the percentage and ratio is almost against them. It's 13.89% for it to come up. So it's really close to 16.67%. But playing craps, those are the best 2 numbers you can take, 6 and 8. So always take 6 and 8. And then the next, this is what I was going to get into. Okay, I already did 7. Which I can break that down, 16.67%. There's 6 ways to throw a 7. But you got to remember something. There's 6 of them. So you have to add up all those 6. So it's 2.77. It's 2.778333 to throw 1 7. So if you add up that percentage 6 times, it comes up to 16.67%. So so now if you're playing 6 and 8, those numbers are exactly the same, 6 and 8. The percentage of throwing, there are 5 ways to throw a 6 or 8. And let me see, that is 2.778. That is the percentage to throw one of those. You add up 5 of those, it comes up to 13.89%. So you can see there are 5 ways to do it, and if you know the percentage, it's lower than the 7. So it will come up second. The higher the percentage, the more likely that number is going to come up. Okay, and then you have the 5 and 9. Now you got to remember something. A lot of people on craps like to take 5. They like taking 5, or some people I take 9. I've just always done it first. But the percentage and ratio has got nothing to do with it. Well, actually, it does have something to do with it because it comes up the same. What I meant was, if you want to pick 5 or 9, it doesn't matter. My son used to pick 5. I used to pick 9. Sometimes his 5 come up. Sometimes my 9 would come. It doesn't matter. There's 4 ways to hit a 5 or 9. So remember, if you're playing craps, it doesn't matter which one. But then you do see trends. Sometimes you see a lot of 5s coming up or 9s coming up. I just pick 9. It doesn't matter. I don't care how many 5s come up. I always play a 9 first before a 5. And then, so that percentage, let me see if I can remember that one. That one's 2.7775. 2.77375. 2.7775 to come up one time. If you add up those 4 times, it comes up at 11.11%. So that's what you're looking for when you want a 5 or 9. You throw that. That's the percentage that you want 5 or 9 to come up versus 16.67%, which is a lot higher. The higher the percentage, the more likely that point's going to come up. So you can see how the 5 and 9, even though there's less numbers, 4 ways versus 7, 6 ways, you can play those numbers too, but you can see the percentage is going down. So now you got a 4 and 10. Now, this is a trip. It was kind of easy for me to remember this because a lot of these start with 2.77. This is 2.76666667. There are seven sixes in it. There's a 7 at the end. That's the percentage to throw one of the 4 or the 10s, and there's only 3 of them. So that percentage, if you add that up, it comes at 8.33%. So it's almost, it's really weird because if you get a set of dice and it's 16.67% and you get 8.33% and you times it by 2, you have 1% left and it goes to the 7. So that's that ends up, if you add up, if you divide 16.67%, it'll come up 8.3, let's see, 8.34. But 4 and 10 is 8.33%. What? Berry Queen, what is that? I'm almost, the people saying that. Hold on, going to gamble. The Luna surround. Stunning. You might see winning ways spelled out there if I can get in my ship. Anyway, thanks for calling in. Yeah, so the 4 and 10, and then you have 3 and 11. A lot of people like, when they play craps, a lot of people play 11. They go yo 11. A lot of people like playing that. That has nothing to do with it. The ratio and percentage is exactly the same on you see the 3, but a lot of people like playing 11. If you learn dice, you'll see on the bottom of that is 11. The ratio and the percentages comes up the same. Everyone in Vegas should. I can barely see that.
Means that they wish they were in Vegas.
Yeah, no. What was that word? That light's in my face. Huh?
Slid.
You talking about sliding dice? Is that what you said? I don't know if that's a slid dice. Can't do that. There's a lot of people used to slide dice. Now you can barely see it. I call it a bumper. That's not what it's called. But you slide dice, it'll hit that and flip over. Trust me, everybody in Vegas try to cheat to to get an edge. You know what? Don't get caught cheating. There's no reason to cheat. Trust me. There's no reason to be cheating. I'm not saying you're cheating. What was his name? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying is that what you're talking about? Sliding or slitting dice? You can't do that. It's illegal. They got a bumper there. And besides, unless the box man and the stick man's watching, they're going to see it. Because, a lot of people, what they do, they slide one die. They use it here. They go like that and they release it. And then the other one's under here, and then they let it go. The one that they had in their finger and thumb, that one slides, and the other die tumbles. So they're trying to, the funny thing is they're probably hoping they're not putting a 6 on top, so it won't be a 7. That has nothing to do with it. I just showed you, doesn't matter what number's on top. You got 1 in 6 chances of that other die coming up a 7. That's the ratio. That's why I teach this. A lot of people don't do this because even I talk to a lot of dealers. Dealers are only taught to pay out proper procedure and how to pay out odds. That's all dealers are taught. They don't know nothing about percentage ratios. They know nothing about that. The only reason I know because I wanted to know, and the reason why I did that is because of horse racing. I got a horse racing, and I drilled myself on everything about horse racing. That why the horses some win and some don't, or some beat each other. It depends where they go. And you can go in my book, my episode, Delatory 360 Entertainment, 7 through 10. If you've never played horses, go on Delatory 360 Entertainment and look at my episodes 7 through 10, and you'll learn everything that you can possibly know about horse racing. Trust me, I did it for 30 years, even though I look 29. But so when I
Hang on. What did you say?
even though I look 29. Right. I got a couple of chicks back here saying otherwise. Anyway, so when I got into blackjack and craps, I said, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tear down the game. I'm going to understand how the game is played. What are you saying? They're chickens? They got chicken legs? So anyway, so I broke these games down. I broke down blackjack, which you can go in my book. I got card counting. You can use card counting. Hello from Memphis. Thank you very much. I think I've seen this guy before. He said Memphis. My son lives in Tennessee. So I broke down the game in blackjack, and you can see in my book I have card counting. Basic strategy. If you ever start card counting in blackjack, trust me, once you learn to card count, I can 99.9% guarantee you'll never play blackjack again without counting cards. I almost guarantee it. Trust me. You learn to card count and you sit down at a table or want to sit down at a table and they're already going through the shoe, you won't play until they start a new shoe because card counters have to start in the beginning of a shoe in order to card count. Even the guys that do single and double decks, which I say don't do that. That's the worst thing to play. You get too many stiff hands. In my book, I go through the whole thing about having stiff hands in blackjack. It's the worst thing you can do. That's why the casino advertises single and double deck. Why do you think they do that? For you? No, it's for them. So anyway, yeah, the like I said, the ace deuce on the loose. This is the same exact thing as 11. The percentage and ratios are exactly the same. So in that percentage, there's only 2 ways to hit a 3, ace deuce, or 11. There's only 2 ways to do it. And each one of those are 2.78%. But there's 2 of them. So you have to add those together, which gives you 5.56% to throw that. Now, that's low. But that's not low enough because then you have aces. Aces and 12, it's exactly the same. The percentage and ratio is exactly the same. This is 2.78% to hit this. 2.78% to hit that. That is the lowest percentage you could get on a set of dice. So when you're out there saying, let me have a 12, and you're always betting a 12, and well, of course, yeah, it pays 30 to 1 on a 2 format. It pays 30 to 1. I don't care if it pays 1,000 to 1. You have to hit it first. And the ratio, the percentage is so low for you to hit that. That's why they pay those, and that's a one-time bet. Today I'm drinking. He's drinking beer before I fly to Vegas tonight. Don't tell my boss. What's your boss's name? Anyway, your boss is probably in the back of the plane. So anyway, that's real hard to hit. The aces are 12. Now, if you play all four, aces, 12, ace, deuce, and 11, on a 2 format. I go into 2 format and a 4 format. There are 2 formats. Most of the time, the strip has a 4 format. Downtown, you can try to find a table that has 2 format because you get that extra dollar. You're not giving up an extra dollar. It was 1%. The casino's keeping 1 more percent. They're already keeping enough percentage, but they want 1 more. How's Vegas? Is it like Buffalo? Uh-oh. He's not talking about what happened, is it? Oh, what is that? Oh, a buffet. What? How's Vegas like the buffet? No, I can barely. That light's too damn bright. That light.
What about this one?
That's too far to see. Everybody says I need glasses. No, actually, I'm seeing pretty good. No, this light. He's got a light right next to it, and it just. Anyway, so that percentage is the lowest. Oh, I was telling you about ace deuce, aces, 12, and 11. If you're on a 2 format and you make a horn bet, it's called a horn bet. We used to play back in the day when I used to do the gaming in California. We used to call it the horny bet. It's called a horn bet. We used to call it the horny bet. So anyway, that is 12.5%. So in other words, what the casino's doing in the long run, they're keeping $12.50. So you should know that. Now, those bets, I do go into that on hedge betting. You can use those to hedge bet, and I do go on that on craps. You can use those as a hedge bet. I see people give me $1, give me C&E, give me a horn bet, press it up. That's the stupidest bet. The percentage is so high for the casino, and the ratio is high for them, for you not winning. So you should stay away from those. They look great. But, okay, now if you go now on the strip and you still play a horn bet, if you play that, now it's not 12.5% if it's a 4 table. It's now a 16.67%. So you can see that now they're keeping, instead of $12.50 in the long run, they're keeping $16.67. That's what they're keeping. I don't care what it pays. You have to understand something. The ratio is against you. The percentage is against you. Yeah, they look all great because they pay all that, but that's what you're fighting, and the casino loves that. The casino on craps, if you play the pass line, which is 1.41%, 1.41%, that is a percentage. That's pretty damn low on the pass line. The don't is 1.36%, but that's really low for the casino. And then they offer you odds, which I go into odds, which does you should play odds, because that's how you buck the house edge, by playing the odds. Now, the more you play odds in the back and you start winning, now you have extra money to make bets that you've lost, so you can cover your losses by taking odds. And if you're winning, you can sustain those losses because you took odds. There was a guy who was playing one time at where was I at? Oh, it was at the Rio. He was playing the pass line the day before I met him, and I got on that table, and the table was on fire. It was on fire because I got on the table. I bought in for a lousy $100, and I made $1,900 in 20 minutes. But I know what I'm doing too, but that's not the point. The point is the guy was taking no odds, and I said, "Why aren't you taking odds?" He goes, "What's that?" And I says, "You made $6,800 yesterday, and you took no odds?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "You know what? Whatever you made, times it by 3. That's what you should have made by taking odds. And he didn't even know. He goes, well, how do I do that? I go, the point was 10. One of the worst points you can have, but it pays the most. Pays true odds, 2-1. The ratio is 6-3 to hit it in the casino's favor. And so he was putting $500. So I said, well, whatever you want to do, you should be putting 500. Always put the same amount as the pass line as the odds. Never less. Just remember J-Lo, small in the front, big in the back. So anyway, he just sat $500 and boom, the guy threw a 10. He won $500 for his pass line and $1,000 for his odds on the back for his odds. So he started betting the odds, and when I got there in 20 minutes, he made another, I don't know what it was, like $7-8 grand. He was betting huge though. But so anyway, he tipped me $100, but I don't care. I just wanted him to make some money. But anyway, so that is those are ratios, or no, those are percentages on a set of dice. So now you know when you go to a casino and you're playing aces, or you're playing 12. It's 2.78%. That's the lowest percent. Now, there's another way you can do this. A lot of people don't like it. That's why when the game is playing and you see the puck it's on, don't ever say 7. Not even the don't players should be saying that. So if you ever want to hedge bet against any of your bets, you can do this. Just be discreet about it. It's called Big Red. Remember, when you walk up to a crap table and the button is on, it's on a point, call out. If you want a 7, say $5 or whatever on Big Red. They know that's the nickname for 7. So Big Red, you put it right there. It's a one-time bet, but it pays 4-1. So if you put $25, you make $100, and you can say money down. You can do that. I go into that. I can't remember what episode, but I go into the episodes on craps, on hedge betting, on the proposition bets, and it should be in there. But yeah, so I just want everybody to know that's how hard it is to hit aces, 12 horn bets, or one-time bets. The main thing is once you get a point, the dice 7, the 7 is now your enemy. So you got to remember that. Aaron went to the bathroom, our technical director. So I want to do a commercial here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on and talk about percentages on roulette, because I've seen something at the Westgate that's going to blow your mind, and it's really crazy what they did on the roulette. So, but anyway, dang, Aaron, where you at? So, but like I said, if you can go into my book, you want to learn dice setting, don't get too crazy on it, because dice setting is not allowed in a lot of casinos. You can buy books and tapes. Don't spend a lot of money on that, because if they don't allow it, they'll just tell you, sir, you can't be dice setting here. And there goes all that practice and shit right out the window. I do have dice setting in my book. I wasn't going to put that in there, but I said, you know what? I've been putting stuff in here, little that I wasn't going to put in there, little by little. And I said, you know what? Screw it. Let me just put it in there, because there was a guy when I was dealing in California. He asked me, do you have dice setting? And I go, no. And I go, I'm probably going to put it in there, because you and my Dave Martinez, he asked me, he said, why don't I put that in there? I wanted to put stuff in this book, in all mathematical problems, the percentage and ratios, card recognition, card counting. I wanted to put a lot of stuff in there where you can use, and not something that you can't use. That's why I put the book is on all the 3 games, blackjack, craps, and roulette. All of them I go into really, really detailed. It's really detailed on those 3 games. And I didn't want to make a book 2-4 inches thick. I didn't need to keep repeating things. So I just told you what you need, how to understand it, what the percentage and ratios are, and there's, I think each one of the subjects, I think there's only like 15 pages on each one of the subject, and then I go into casino, how the casino is, and what you should know about when you make over $10,000. I go into tips in casino games. I go into that, which I think is interesting. I go in on 7. What are the ratios versus hitting 2, 3, 12, which on the come out on a craps is 2, 3, 12 you lose, 7, 11 you win, which is if you add up the 2, 3, and 12, that's 11.12% to lose on the come out, on the pass line. And to win, you add up all the 7 with 16.67% and 5.56%. That comes up to 22.23% to win. So you not only you get 7 because the dice are set up for 7, they throw in the 11 to win on the come out, only the come out. So I teach all this stuff so you fully understand when you're playing craps, a set of dice, what you're dealing with. You're playing these proposition bets, what the percentage is, and what the ratio is against you. So I teach that, and I teach also on the board where all the numbers are, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. I teach you what the percentages of those coming up, so you know what to play good and bad bets. The proposition bets on hard ways, I don't play 6 and 8 hard because they come up too much soft. You can only hit it one way, like I showed you in a set of dice. There's only one way to hit a hard 6 and a hard 8, and a lot of times it comes up soft. So you hit a 3 and a 4. That's you hit a 4 and a deuce. That's a soft 6. You lose the hard way. I play the 4 and 10. I play mainly the 4, but the 10 and the ratio and percentage is exactly the same. Okay, we're gonna go to a commercial right here. Aaron, just the one on me. Okay, I tell you what, we'll be right back. Hi, my name is Richard Delatorre. I'm the author of It's in the Book, Winning Ways. It's on Blackjack, Craps, and Roulette, and you can get it on Amazon, Google Play. You can get it on Barnes & Noble, and it teaches you the ratios and percentages of the casino, because the casino is really in charge. I put the percentages and ratios in your favor. You spend a little bit more money, but you have a better chance of winning. Doesn't mean you're going to win. No book should ever say you guarantee you're going to win. But what I did do is I cut down the ratios and percentages so you fully understand them on these 3 games. So you can go ahead and get that book. I was one of the top selling books on Amazon 2018. I was number 7. I was with Doyle Brunson, Agranyu, The Magician, John Patrick. So I was pretty good for my first book. So you can go ahead and get that book and pretty much read it to where you pretty much got it memorized, and you should be walking to casinos pretty much as an expert on these 3 games. The platform here is Go Live Vegas Studios, and my show is called Full Tilt Vegas, 6 p.m. Saturday night. I do have guests. Brett Lawson is a sports analyst. He comes on after me. Sometimes we double up. He does it on all the sports, and you can go ahead and see that. And I'll see you next Saturday or every Saturday at 6 p.m. on Full Tilt Vegas. Thank you very much. Okay, we're back here at Go Live Vegas Studios in the heart of Las Vegas. This show is called Full Tilt Vegas. The title of this show is Percentages on Roulette and Dice. Okay, I'm going to talk about I know I talked about roulette before and the percentages, but I had to do this because I was at the Westgate and I was walking around the casino, and the reason why I was there because I was playing horses. Sometimes I play horses there because it's out of the way and it's a really good sports book. But anyway, I was walking around and I saw they had 2 roulette tables and only one was open, and I went up there. And I'm looking at the table, and I go, what the hell? They have, like I'm supposed to run over there and play it. You know, European wheel is 1 0. American wheel is 2 zeros. Well, they got 3 zeros. They have 3 zeros. They got a triple boom, boom, boom. Like I'm supposed to go, whoopee-doo, I'm going to go hit a 0. I go, you know what? I go, unless, I don't think so, I should have asked, but unless they're going to pay more on that 0, which I don't think they are because it's in the wheel. So it's another pocket. So it's another pocket you have to hit. So I saw that and I go, well, that's just crazy. That's they're not helping the people by having an extra. You can call it an extra slot for zeros, but that's just, to me, it's, you're ripping off the people. You're really screwing the people on roulette. Now, if people come and they see that and they see, oh, look at that, let me see if I can hit that 000. That has nothing to do with anything. It's the same thing as you trying to hit 37, 35, a single zero, or the number 25. It's exactly the same. Hitting one number is 2.63% on a roulette. If you add up all the 2.63%, if you add all those up, the numbers they got now from 1 to 36 and the 2 zeros, that's 99.94%. It's really close to 100%. Now, by them adding that one number is 2.63%, now it's 102.57% that you're trying to beat if you're trying to play one number. It doesn't matter if you're playing 1, 5, 8 number. It doesn't matter. They're adding one more slot. Not for you, it's for them. I says, well, this is nuts. I mean, in the long run, it doesn't matter what you play, blackjack, craps, roulette, poker. It doesn't matter. All the average playing per $100. They want you to play. Everything is based off $100. And in your casino, they want you to play at least 4 hours to get rated. So they base your play on $100. That's why these percentages that people tell you, that's exactly what they are. They're percentages of dollars out of 100%. Like I told you on the 7 on craps, 16.67%. It's $16.67 in the long run. But that's how high the percentage is that the casino makes. So on roulette, it's on a single. They added that number, which is 2.63%. That's another $2.63 you have to fight on that roulette. So if you're, I wouldn't even play that. Now, European wheel, that's 2.70%. That's on a European wheel, that's 10. If any casino, to me, it's a marketing ploy. I would rather have in a casino and market it is have a European wheel because it has 10, and it doesn't matter. Do you know how many people are going to flock down there to play that wheel because it has only 10? Are you going to go down there and try to hit that 10? The percentage and ratio is exactly the same. Are you trying to hit your daughter or son's age on the wheel? It's exactly the same. It has nothing to do with it. So I'm thinking if the Westgate's going to do something like this, what I would have done if I was in marketing, I would have said, you know what? If you're going to add that 0, now you're adding 2.63% more on 99.94%. You're adding more percentage for them to lose. What I would do is I wouldn't even mention any of that. I would do marketing and advertise and say, come to the Westgate. We now have 000 on the roulette wheel. All the other numbers from 1 to 36 and to 2 zeros, they always pay 35 to 1. Okay? So if they advertise, we're added one more 0, which is actually, you wouldn't know, but they're screwing you. Just say, we're going to pay 40 to 1 on that 000. If they would have done that, you wouldn't believe how many people that play roulette will run over there because they think that they're going to hit that 000 and get $40 per their dollar or whatever denomination. I said, that's what I would have done if you're going to add that 0, because a lot of people are going to go down there and they're going to put the money on that 000 to get 40 to 1. But in the long run, they're not going to win it. You know what? Besides that, you know what they're going to do? Okay, say you hit it. This is what I teach too. I teach money management, hedge betting and money management. But money management says, say you get somebody to go down there. Just say they put $1 on it because they're paying 40 to 1. Whoopie-doo. And you put that. Do you think you're going to go all the way down there to play that just that one a number, that 000? No. You're going to plop more dollar chips. If you're playing dollars, you're going to plop those on inside numbers, straight up split bets, street bets, corner bets, line bets. You're going to put that money there. Okay, say if you put $1 on the 000, and then you put, let me say, which everybody does, they start plopping them everywhere. Say you put $25 everywhere else, and you do hit the 000. Now you got $40. Whoopie-doo. But you got to subtract the $25 from the $40. So would you really win? $14? Because it's to the bet, not for the bet. So that's what you got to do. You have to minus it. You have to minus your losses, and you have to sustain losses before wins. So they were better off marketing that 000. It pays 40 to 1 to get everybody to go down the back. They would have made a fortune. And even if they did pay it out, the people are probably either going to eat there or they're going to play another game. So they would have made a ton of money off marketing that 000 to pay 40 to 1. But, you know, that's just me. I would have done it. But, yeah, that's horrible, them doing that. They're really screwing they're already taking percentages from you, and now they just added 2.63% more on top of the 99.97, what is it, 49%. So now if you play a split bet, that's what was that, 5.26%. They're taking $5.26 from you in the long run. So all these bets you make on roulette, these are the percentages against you. Let me see, the line bet, that's I think that's 7.89%. That's 6 numbers. If you do a street bet, I think that's 15.89%. No, that's 15.79% for a street bet. If you play a 4 numbers, which is called a corner bet, that's 10.53%. So you're playing 4 numbers. If you just pick $1 and you put it in the corner bet, which is 4 numbers, that's what they're taking from you in the long run, $10.63. So no, 53 cents. So all these bets have percentages. The best thing I can tell you to play, which I play, and I do talk about it on my shows on Roulette. I have made $800 in 20 minutes, but I think I took 2 losses, but I stayed there and I kept playing and I quit, and that's what I won. The other couple of times I did it, I'm just screwing around. I was at Circuit, I was playing craps. I won some money at craps, and I walk over to Roulette, and I think I put down $200 and won total of I think it was $450. So I won. I got my $200 back plus won $250. But I was playing the first 12, second 12, and the third 12. You only play 2 of them. There's 3 of them. So you put the ratios in your favor. You got 1 through 24, which is 24 numbers in your favor, and the casino only has the other 12 and the 2 zeros, which is 14. So that ratio is 24 to 14 in your favor. So you can do that. There's only one time I lost. I could have stayed there and kept playing, but I said, you know what? I'll do this another time. But I did lose one time. I think I lost 200. I lost 200. I lost both times, and I just stopped playing. I could have kept playing, but I said, you know what? I'm going to play tomorrow. I'll play horses tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, so if you play that, that's 31.58% on each one of the 12s. Now, if you play the 1 through 1 through 18 or 19 through 36, that's 47.37%. But I wouldn't play that. The reason why I've said this over and over, it's the same exact percentage as odd and even, and the same percentage as red and black. It doesn't matter if you play red. A lot of people like playing red and black. You can play even and odd. The ratio and percentage is exactly the same. There are 18 odd, there are 18 even, there are 18 black, and there's 18 red, 47.37. The reason why I don't like playing 1 through 18 and 19 through 36, the reason why I don't like doing that, because you're only playing half the board, this side or this side. If that dealer is pretty good, like I say in my book, in the back of my book, there's sometimes a dealer can be very, very nice or very clever. And clever meaning they can put that ball almost where they want it. And trust me, it happens. I was a former dealer from the MGM Corporation, and I see a lot of people practicing it. So I'm just going to tell you, I don't care what they say. Nobody talks about it, but you got to watch the dealer. The key is watch the dealer. If he's staring at that wheel and you see him staring and he's holding that finger to spin that ball, he's trying to hit a certain number. Trust me. I didn't believe it in the beginning. I was told very early on, quite a few years ago, and I did try it. That story's in my book on roulette. I have 3 stories. Blackjack, craps, and roulette. That story is in my book on roulette. I tell 3 stories, true stories, what happened to me. And that story, I told it in my book. It's in the book anyways. So if you see a dealer, he might hit this side or hit that side. Now, the same thing when you're playing first, second, and third 12, you got to watch the dealer. What I do, because I'm going to play 2 of them. You have to play 2, and it has to be the same amount of money. Don't put $10 here and $5 here, because what do you win the $5? You got to play him the same, exact same amount of money. 47.37 to hit that. There's 18 of each one of those. So what I do when I play the first, second, and third 12, play 2 of them. You put the ratios in your favor and the same amount of money. I usually what I do if I'm by myself, you have to make a bet. So I put it in the middle. I put it on the first, the second 12. I put it and I leave it there, and whatever money I have here, say it's $50. I put 50 in the second 12, and I hold the other 50 because I'm going to play another one. And I watch him. I watch the dealer, and I see if he's going to try to hit. So if he's trying to hit that side or this side, because my money's in the middle, then I'll decide which number I'm going to play. And as soon as he spins it, I got him. So what I do is I say, well, you know what? I look up at the tote board. If he's throwing those spins, if he's doing it, you'll see 26, 26. You might see 5, 5. You might see that. Ask him, were you on break or how long you been here? If he says, I just got here, those are not his numbers. So remember that. If you ask him, he'll tell you, oh, I've been here for 30 minutes or a half hour or 20 minutes. Those are his spins. So what I do is I wait till he spins it, and I decide which one I'm going to play. So then I plop my money down on the first 12. Now I got the second and first 12, 24 numbers in my favor, and only the casino only has 14. I've seen dealers, when I do that, they just look at me like, they like, wow, what's he doing? You don't have to talk to him. Don't say nothing. Just play your game. Don't even talk to nobody. If you're playing roulette, if you're doing this, people are going to ask you a bunch of questions. Don't even worry about it. Once that dealer spins that ball, you can make your bets. You can take it off. Like if a dealer spins a ball, and I say I have one in the center, and then when he spins it, I put it on first 12, and I grab the center one, and I move it to the end. You can do that. As long as he says no more bets, then you can't touch any of your checks. So you can do this, and that's 31.58%. So you're getting a lot of percentage, but the ratios are in your favor. You can see the ratios in your favor. That's why I like teaching ratios. 24 euro and only 14 for the casino. Now there's in my book I do show you. Playing first, second, 12, or doesn't matter, second, third, 12, or first and third, 12. It doesn't matter. You have to play 2 of them. Now, anybody like the columns? They sit at the end. That ratio and that percentage is exactly the same. It's 31.58%. It's exactly the same. You're playing 12 numbers. You take 2 of the columns, same amount of money. Now you have 24 you and only 14 for the casino. I do go into scenarios on my book on roulette. If the casino has 5 in, 5 out, that means $5 in, 5 out. if you're playing, say you're playing $5, you have to play $5 inside to hedge bet against your numbers outside, which would be first and second 12. So say you put $3 on the first 12 and $3 on the second 12. That's over $5 because you can't put 3 and 2. It has to be the same amount. You got to spend an extra dollar to play first and second 12 or third 12. It doesn't matter. You got to play 2 of them. So you take now you could because you're trying to cover the zeros. So you got to remember the zeros are going to pay 17 for year one because it's a split bet, which is 5.26%. So you can put $1 just to cover your checks because you have 6 and then you got 4 more. That's $10. You're going to win 17 on that. So it covers your losses if you hit the 12s. And you're not playing at the Westgate, so don't even go there. So you can do that. So what I would do, you watch the dealer. Just watch the dealer. Watch the tote board. If zero ever came up, are those his spins? And watch him because he will stare at that wheel because he's either told by the floor to either switch balls because if he's throwing in a rhythm, you'll see it's kind of the same numbers. They'll either spin the wheel faster or slower or spin it faster with his hand or switch balls. A smaller ball will give faster rotation than the bigger ball, but it doesn't matter. They're just trying to break his rhythm. So I've seen it one time. The dealer walk over to the whisper in the dealer's ear, and he switched the ball. He's just throwing in a rhythm. But they're not cheating. I want to let you know that up front. They're not cheating. It's just tactics of the game. So, but if you understand roulette, you get my book and you read on roulette and read that story, and you'll fully understand what the ratios and percentages are you about playing roulette and what not to play on roulette because there are a lot of bad bets on roulette. What I'm telling you, the best thing to play a roulette, I know a lot of people have bad habits, play first, second, or third 12. Play 2 of them, same money, or the columns, play the same money, play 2 of them all the time, and that's it. Don't play nothing else. Don't go back to your old habits. Oh, I like blacks coming up. I know it. That has nothing to do with anything. So you can hedge bet against it by playing the 2 zeros, and then you can put. What I would do is I put the other $2 on a corner bet. Put $2 on corner bet on 4 numbers, and then do it again. That's your $5 in and your $6 out. Okay, I guess that's it. Yeah, you can go ahead and get my book. I'd suggest you get it on your phone. You'll have it everywhere. And read the stories. That really happened to me. Those 3 stories, those really happened to me. Okay, I want to say goodbye here next week. I think Brett's going to be here. He's going to bring a hockey player and hopefully a basketball player. Or I guess they're friends of his, but they played the games. So they're going to be here supposedly next week. So we'll see you next Saturday on Go Live Vegas platform. This is Full Tilt Vegas, and I'll see you next Saturday. Thank you very much.